Hey guys, what's up? It's Katie and I'm back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video, and today we're going to be doing a brief comic book history of Terrax the Tamer and seeing if Kabam has done him justice. So Terrax was actually Tyros and was the dictator of Landlac on the planet Terran. Now, Tyros ruled through his power of rock and earth, which was unique. It was a unique mutation and enabled him to animate stone. Now, Tyros loved power, conquest, violence, and debauchery. Sounds like a real peach. Now, the Fantastic Four actually went to Galactus for aid in the battle against the Sphinx, but Galactus only agreed if they would travel to Terran and persuade Tyros to become his next herald. Now, Tyros agreed to be his next herald and was transformed into Terrax the Tamer. Now, the power cosmic actually gave Terrax the ability to affect all rock and stone on a planetary scale and changed his body to withstand the vacuum of space. Now, Galactus also gave Terrax the cosmic axe, which you can see that he wields, and this is capable of generating waves of cosmic force. Now, Terrax actually took quite a fancy to his new role and on several occasions completely annihilated large segments of the populations of a planet using his cosmic powers. He even overthrew the ruling body of a small planet and named himself the planet's deity. But Galactus summoned him, and fearful of Galactus's wrath, Terrax hid. Now, Galactus actually used Dazzler to find Terrax and made him obedient yet again. So then Terrax actually led Galactus to Galador, which is a planet, but Galador is maintained by the Space Knights, who didn't let Galactus consume the planet. Like, these homies put up a fight. Now, Rom actually made a pact with Galactus to spare Galador in exchange for Wraithworld, which Galactus actually could not consume. So again, after this, Terrax fled Galactus and found himself on Earth. Now, he bargained with the Fantastic Four that he would release the island of Manhattan from his grasp, because he actually like levitated it. Levitated it. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. So he made a bargain with the Fantastic Four that he would release the island of Manhattan if they destroyed Galactus by destroying his ship. Now, unfortunately, Galactus thwarted his plan and stripped Terrax of his powers, sent him hurtling towards Earth, where he actually survived the fall, believe it or not, and was in a coma for several months in the hospital. Now, this is where things get interesting, because Dr. Doom realized that Terrax had survived and actually offered to give Terrax his powers back if Terrax defeated the Fantastic Four, because we all know how Dr. Doom feels about the Fantastic Four. The catch was, though, that the power that Dr. Doom gave to Terrax would consume his body in a matter of hours, so that Terrax then wouldn't have power greater than Doom's own. So Terrax actually defeated the Fantastic Four and then set his sights on Doom, because he was like, dude, you can't have more power than me. But in doing so, the Silver Surfer actually came back, and really Terrax thought his powers was equal to that of the Silver Surfer. So he was highly wrong, because Terrax's power was no match against the Silver Surfers, whose power cosmic was given by Galactus himself. Now, the ensuing battle between the two heralds actually caused Terrax to be fully consumed by the power cosmic. So, you know, people don't stay dead in comics, right? Because comics. So Terrax was actually later resurrected by the Gene Tech Company and took over the body of Harmon Ferments. Now, he was defeated once again by the Silver Surfer and sent to exile on Polaris 6. Without his axe, mind you, because if he didn't have his axe, then he couldn't, travel through space. So eventually, though, the Heralds of Galactus all band together to face Morg, and Terrax agreed that as long as he would be released from exile and returned his axe, that he would help. Now, there was a big battle, and Morg actually shattered Terrax's axe, but Terrax killed Morg with his own axe and took Morg's axe from him. So and there's some other stories that I'm not going to get into, but one that I do want to mention is Annihilation, because Terrax actually helped with Annihilation and helped fight Annihilus in Annihilation. So during the Annihilation event, Terrax was captured by the Seekers, who basically were these beings sent by Annihilus to capture all the Heralds. And so the Seekers administered parasites that would make Terrax serve Annihilus. But after the parasites wore off, oh boy, was Terrax a bit PO'd and destroyed the entire ship and all of the Seekers on it. Okay, so now that we know a little bit about Terrax, let's take a look at some of his powers and abilities and see if they match up to the comics, or excuse me. So basically he's got superhuman speed, strength, ability, agility, reflexes, stamina, and he's also extremely durable because he's made of a rock-like material and is able to withstand temperatures from absolute zero to the interior of a small sun. That is crazy. And because of also of his like rock-like material that he's made of, he can withstand energy blasts and concussive forces, and he can even enter warp speed. Now, he can move planetary masses up to 100 miles in diameter. He can control meteors, and he can even manipulate tectonic plates. Now, his axe also has some form of power because it emanates waves and can actually create a force field around him. So now that we know a little bit about how Terrax is in the comics, let's take a look and see how he is in MCOC and see if, you know, his abilities match up. So he's got, of course, the rock field, which is pretty neat. I do like the rock field idea. I do have a video out that you can check out. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video where I go over more detail of Terrax abilities. So definitely go check that out if you want a kind of more fuller breakdown. So he's got the rock field. So with his rock field, it does do energy damage, but I do wish that they kind of would have added in a force field like thing to him with this, since his axe does have that. I think that would have been kind of cool. Now, he does armor break off of every 4th light attack. His power gain mechanism is kind of interesting. I feel like with the power cosmic, though, they should have given him some sort of power gain mechanic similar to that of Silver Surfers to kind of make the Heralds all kind of go in line. Now, I don't know if they're going to be releasing any more of the Heralds of Galactus, but I think that would have been kind of neat to keep them in tune with the Heralds. Now, also, I want to talk about his immunities real quick because he's immune to shock and bleed, but I feel like since he can withstand absolute zero and the surface or the inside of a small sun, he should be cold snap, frostbite, and incinerate immune as well. He should be immune to basically all incinerate effects, because if you can withstand the temperatures of inside a small sun, you're not going to catch on fire. I'm just saying. So I wish they would have given him that. I don't really like that he's not poison immune. I mentioned in another video about how Kabam loves poisoning rocks. So I don't know, maybe it's because he's made of a rock-like substance. That's how he gets poisoned. So I wish he had a little bit better immunities, but I guess since this guy is pretty tanky and gonna be a defensive champ, I guess they have to give him some sort of vulnerability, right? Right. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at his synergies here, because this is where I think Kabam kind of fell flat. He has a huge component in the comics with Dr. Doom. Like, he lost his powers, Galactus stripped him of his powers, and Doom restored them, mind you, briefly before he was totally consumed by the power cosmic. But I still feel like there should have been a synergy with Dr. Doom. And I also feel like there should be a better synergy, or not a better synergy, a synergy with the Fantastic Four, because if it wasn't for the Fantastic Four, Terrax probably would not have become a Herald of Galactus. So I wish that they would have added those synergies in as well. I understand the Fantastic Four, they're really involved in a lot of the Marvel comics, but with this, I feel like it's really important that they be part of that synergy, because like I said, if it wasn't for them, Terrax might not have come to be. He might still be Tyros. But anyways, guys, that's all that I got for this brief comic book history and did Kabam do Terrax justice video. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Terrax? Do you think Kabam did him justice? Did I miss anything? I know he's involved in a lot of story arcs, so I'm sure I skimmed over some, but let me know in the comments below and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and hit me up in the Discord chat. Thanks, guys. Bye!